All
Got
right,
it.
everybody consent to your recording. Let's get this
no
on the
objections.
road. When Philip gets here, and if Philip doesn't get here, then Kaidarius dies for like the 7th session in a row.
I mean, he's in an easy spot to die right now, so
We throw him in the center.
distraction.
So, what happened last session? I haven't written up a session thing because I've been busy. What is that text? That does not make any sense. I need somebody to help me interpret this text for my wife.
All right.
It says, we bring the little vacuum for the space saver bags.
Did we
bring the little vacuum
For the space saver bags?
I see. Me and Tim are on top of it. We speak wife, okay?
Yeah. I thought I had it for a second and then I lost it. I was like, wait.
No. We got this.
My favorite is whenever Sam is getting really pissed off and she's texting me about it, she'll say fucking. But she's texting so fast and so angry that she doesn't correct it. So it just always comes across ducking. So it's this ducking internet. And it just brings me joy every time. I know she's livid, but I'm at work giggling to myself.
You're just smiling.
She's texting me about ducks.
You're like, she's so mad.
Ducks on the internet. Okay, so since that got derailed already, this sounds like it's going to be a really good session. So you guys spent some spa time in the local bar, in the hotel.
Yeah.
Lou went off on her own and did a couple of shopping things to help with Crawdiddly, and she has showed you Crawdiddly's new trick, which is to shoot his claws off and use them for various purposes, none of them sinister. And you guys decided to go see your connection with Wur's Salt Baron in the little shopping district. As you were shopping with him, he told you a little bit about Blingdenstone. He paid you rather well for bringing the gems to him. And your conversation was interrupted by some screams and our boy Alfonso saying, hey, guys, we have a little bit of a problem. And you guys go up and there's lots of slimes all over the place and they're attacking people. And one of them had picked up a Blingdenstone soldier and was slowly dissolving him. You guys fought valiantly, destroying all 4 of them. I don't even think anybody got too hurt.
I got hurt a lot.
You did?
Yeah, well, I had lots of HP, so.
Oh, that's right. Gideon got eaten.
Yeah, if it was anyone else, they would have been dead. I was half health.
Probably.
But you guys made it out, and then you decided, well, we need to figure out what the heck is going on, and we need to figure out what we can do to kind of help and get some information. You looked at the map, and you decided that the room you were in does have a room that leads to the northwest. So you decided, well, could we open that up? And the guards were like, no, not really. You're like, well, what if we could open it up secretly? And they said, fine, whatever. It's your funeral. So you guys,
can we go through it without opening it? Is that fine?
So your DM, not realizing the rules that he had created at first that said that you can't use magic on the doors, forgot that, and you guys used it to open the door on the door. You stepped through and realized, oh crap, we are in trouble.
Take us back.
A voice said that they were not ready for you and that you needed to come back later, and hundreds of slimes were just pooled all over the room, every kind you could possibly think of. And then now that your DM remembers that you can't open the doors using magic, now we'll be, no, I'm just kidding. You guys will be able to get really want. I'm not gonna be that mean.
It's only sealed from that side.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, how does
it's a one-way valve go through, but they can't come back.
Like, how do you make a one-way hole? That doesn't What? I mean, yes, brilliant, Tim,
don't-
but
No, like in
Sorry.
fishing. No. That's a thing in fishing. To make like a fishing trap, you make a funnel. The fish swim in the hole,
it's a-
but then
they
aren't smart
can't.
enough to swim back out. It's an actual thing.
That's actually that's true. Yeah, good job.
I learned it in Boy Scouts, y'all.
You were a Boy Scout?
Very, very briefly and very, very poorly.
Same.
I was a Royal Ranger for very, very briefly. very. I think I did one
Like
thing
3
once.
whole meetings, I think, is all we went to. And then my mom was like, this is dumb.
I sold a whole bunch of popcorn and then I was like, I'm out. Like,
I got a cool book about making knots, so that was nice.
That's been useful in the rest of my life, but I apparently went to one. I don't even fully remember, but apparently went to one sleepover and told my mom I'm never going back again, and I never did. No memory of it, but
Oh,
I'm sure that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, that's probably fine.
well, let's kick over to roll 20, where you all are currently in a room where things are. And what would you like to do?
Leave.
leave.
Yeah, we'll go back.
Lou just like slaps Nero on the chest, like, open the door, open the hole.
I'm like, guys, it never closed. It's up for an hour.
She dives through, just like.
Lou, you are greeted with laughter from the soldiers who just see the terror on your face and think it is the funniest thing because they know there are slimes back there. And y'all are like, oh, we're big, tough extraction team 4. We can walk right in and take it. And then literally less than 15 seconds later, it comes busting back out.
What? That's my last thing I said. I was like, hey, Theo, what's what was step 2 of your plan? Kill everything.
Yeah. That's why he's reluctantly going back through. Once we all get back to
I'll make
the
sure I'll
other
be the last
side,
one.
once you go to the other side, I'm just be like, Gideon, you know.
Yep.
Okay. I'm like,
And I as I walk to him, I'll slap a guard. Hey, be careful, there's slimes on the other side of that. And I'm like,
They're like, yeah, we know.
I'm gonna just go off to the side a little bit and be like, so the hole, it's kind of just there for an hour.
Gideon is busting out laughing. You owe me one.
One of the guards goes, sighs and looks at you and is like, it's fine. And he like shouts over his shoulder something in deep gnome that you don't understand. And a magician, a mage of some sort comes up and snaps his fingers, and you see the anti-magic swarm through that door and close it back off.
Sweet. I was just gonna make a force cage where they couldn't come through, but that's awesome. I got that in my pocket still.
Lou is definitely going to like lean in towards the mage and be like, y'all really should make it so people can't, like random people can't just make holes in that door. That
Yeah,
seems
you should
really
probably make
unsafe.
it magic proof. Maybe.
He leans back and says, normally they are. This must have been some kind of slip up.
You might. Does anyone actually know what's on the other side? There was a lot of. Do you know what's on the other side of that door?
Well, it's like not only is it slimes, there was black puddings, bro. Like
Also, like they were talking about a faceless lord, and they weren't ready for us yet, but like they're getting ready for something. That seems bad. Do you guys know about this?
As far as I know, the only thing that's on the other side of that wall is the house center.
What is the house center?
Long ago it was the heart of the government. Like that was where the if we had the entire city, that's where the digger Matox would have been. In that large sphere in that center of that chamber is like a royal room of sorts. And it's kind of just the center of everything. It's kind of it connects to, all the different parts of Blingdenstone. We just haven't been able to get it into it yet.
Does it have can it control other parts of Blingdenstone? Is it magical in some way?
No.
It's just the central location.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
you didn't know, you don't know what's being built or collected over on that side? Because it feels like you guys should know about this already.
We have a suspicion of what's been going on the other side of that, but as of right now, we don't have the capability of taking on all of it on our own as just Blingdenstone residents.
What is your suspicion of what is going on the oversight, and does it have anything to do with the faceless lord who is not ready for us?
Let me roll.
Yeah, great job bringing in an NPC. Lou's gonna pounce on that shit.
Okay. He doesn't know anything really about the faceless lord. Would any of you?
Oh. I'm an
You
old
can
dude. Don't we
roll-
know everything?
You can roll either religion or arcana.
I think both are the same for me, and I think both are balls.
Since I have natural explorer in the Underdark, would I have any advantages? Because both
No.
are- what was it? Arcana? Oh, that sucks.
Rolling.
Okay.
Religion. Okay, that sucks too. Well,
Great roll, Gideon.
Yeah. On stuff I don't care about.
that show up.
Okay.
Okay.
Great roll, Lou.
It's really interesting because one of you got high on religion, one of you got high on arcana. So you guys are both going to know something different about the same thing.
Sweet.
That's kind of cool.
Gideon, you have heard of the Faceless Lord. You have been around for a while. And when it comes to arcana and magic, you're really not too surprised to have heard that name around here, because well, the Faceless Lord, his real name is Juablex, and he is known as the Demon Lord of Oozes and Shapeless Things.
Juablex, of course.
I thought somebody said something about the Faceless Lord once. Like in one encounter.
On Lou's side with religion, you have heard the Faceless Lord trying to think of how to say it. You know that not too many people worship the Faceless Lord, because, well, like, he doesn't, like, Jublix doesn't really have any use for worshipers. Like, it puts a face to a faceless being, essentially, as a worshiper. So he doesn't really, it's pretty rare for you to find anybody that would actually follow the Faceless Lord. And further, you know that the few worshipers that there are of the Faceless Lord, they're not very evangelistic, because they already believe that, like, the Faceless Lord is going to win. So there's no point in growing any kind of cult or group, because one way or another, everybody will eventually worship the Faceless Lord. whether they want to or not. So, like, they are a cult, but they're not very many. Like, very, very few. But nonetheless, there are people that do, and most of them are completely insane. Yeah, so
Lou, oh, do you want to stop interrogating the guardsmen so we can get back to our thing?
I mean, sure, but like we just got a lot of somewhat useful information, so we probably need to get back to the Diggermatox because there's something about that room.
But we haven't made progress on anything else.
I mean, our mission was to get information on the slimes, and like Gideon knows the name, and I know the reason, or at least a reason. I feel like we should get paid for that. We can do other stuff. I just, Also, we probably need to tell someone so they don't, like, I don't want to be here when the Faceless Lord oozes more.
True. I just felt like this is kind of like how things have been. We just happened to stumble upon an everyday occurrence.
Right.
And then happened to look behind the curtain. I just feel like maybe we could find more.
I mean, what more are we looking for? I mean, I'm
maybe
fine with
maybe a Demogorgon or something. I don't know.
that. Okay. All I'm saying, Nero. We stumbled on a Demigorgon, didn't go well. We stumbled on a Demon Queen. Y'all don't remember that because you died, and I resurrected y'all. Well, some of you.
If I heard correctly, I actually didn't die.
Gideon didn't die. No, that's true. He survived.
Did he cry?
No.
Nah, why would he have cried?
That's fair.
Lose. I mean, Gideon's. Thanks, bro.
So, and like, if I heard Gideon correctly, I know of the cult. I didn't know the name. What was it? Jack something?
Jackson?
Jewablax.
Jabberwocky?
Yes.
I also heard the phrase demon lord. We fought a demoness, demon queen. It didn't go well.
Well, she was also a demon lord.
I will remind you, Lou, that what you heard in the room, the voice itself wasn't saying they were the demon lord, but they were saying that they weren't ready to announce the demon lord coming yet.
But like, he's coming, and Lou's like,
Gross.
a demon lord's coming. It didn't go the last time the demon lord came for a wedding, so maybe we should tell someone so someone better at this can take care of it. We're an extraction team.
Better?
Not we extract, we're not an army.
Sure.
I could like make an army.
You guys can do great things. You can murder lots. But remember when we just fought 4 slimes and Gideon got eaten and then Nero also got eaten?
Oh, I was just having it clean my armor that you guys insist it smelled bad. So
I was just giving it indigestion.
Ooze filled with goodness knows what.
yeah, oozes eat everything. It was dissolving everything. We Gucci.
Okay, I see your point. We don't necessarily want to take care of the ooze problem. This was just a fact-finding mission.
We can still volunteer our services. We don't have to be done. We just have to be smart.
Right.
A question, if you do not mind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Kaidaris, how long have you been there? I thought we left you behind.
I have never. So, you guys came down here to find a friend, Titan. How does all of these fit into finding Titan? I mean, like, I feel like this is kind of something we don't need to be involved in.
Well, Titan is theoretically in a jail cell somewhere here in Blingdenstone. And if we help the Diggermatox will help.
They're up there.
us.
Yes, they know the area.
Yeah.
We're building up favor, you know?
Tit for tat.
See, you will not smash, grab, and extract Titan. You wish to make friends and use them to release him.
Well,
I mean, we
if we
don't know
knew
where
where
Titan
Titan
is.
was, then we might do that, but we don't.
We don't have a map.
And they didn't recognize the description of where he might be.
I mean, they thought it was here though, because of the jewels in the wall that, feel like
it's kind of big.
and also parts of it are overrun by rats and oozes and ghosts.
Yep, the ghosts.
So
Checks
we
out.
probably, I don't know. We're trying. We're trying. We're doing fine. We're extraction team 4. This is how we operate. It's fine.
Of course. No disrespect. I was just wondering.
No. Fine.
All right. So then we can go to the diggers with this information. See what we can get. I mean, we still have the ghost issue and the rat issue.
And they didn't offer to pay. Did they offer? They didn't offer to pay us for doing anything about those. So I say we kind of trade this up. Say, hey, look at how quickly we got the information you needed.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you pay us a little bit more for the next one, and we do something about your rat infestation.
That sounds like a plan to me. I need a lot more money. I got this golem plan. I gave you a little bit idea on, and I need some money for that.
I am not in favor of whatever you're considering, because is it going to be like your wings?
It'll probably okay.
Is it gonna be anything you do?
Let me rephrase it is that you would probably think it's disgusting.
Then let's.
But let me throw this out to you. It could let's say we get pinned, like I don't know, maybe there's a demigorgon in the way, potentially. Just a hypothetical scenario. This could fight it
by itself, though.
Oh, we would back it up, but it would be a huge support. Yes.
So are you just gonna make this golem that's just gonna like follow us around?
What's his name?
No.
I figured we could come up with that together. It also would take me a very long time to make, but I need the supplies for it, which means I need money.
I mean, in very long, like I'm not planning on staying down here longer than we have to. By very long, you mean like 2 days, 3, maybe
a week,
tops.
Wait, 2 weeks? That's a long time, Gideon. Long time.
So about that.
I'm just saying, like, the longer we stay down here, the more things that seem to want to murder everything down here. Like, not just us. It's not
like more
personal.
demon lords.
Like, yeah.
So I wouldn't say so. You had the right number. You had 2.
Yeah.
It's not weeks. It'd be months.
It's a doggy, and we're not. No.
I wouldn't I don't want to be down here that long.
I'm just saying if we happen to bump into an extra, I don't know, 30K gold, I'm set.
30K gold.
I still have a good front of that.
So you guys are wanting to go speak to the Diggermatox about what you found.
Yes.
Yeah.
As we say,
GM saying, okay, let's speed this up.
So the path from where you are to where you need to be is rooms 8, 10, 12, and 14. Somebody is echoing.
It is Philip.
Yeah, it started when you showed up.
But that's very odd because it shouldn't be.
Also, how long? I actually did miss. How long were you here, Philip? Did you hear we jumped out of the hole, so we didn't have to deal with the slimes? We asked the magic guy what's going on. Me and Gideon realized that the Faceless Lord is Jewel Blocks, the demon lord of oozes
Jewelblocks?
and slimes or something, and that he has a very small but fervent cult who doesn't care to evangelize because we're all going to worship him someday. So it's a matter of time. So just to get you caught up on what we've learned, so you know what's up. I didn't know when you jumped in, so sorry if that was all recap.
So let's getting to the places that we need to go. Let me copy and paste this. We're gonna go to room 8 first because that is our first stop. Room 8 is known as the Ruby in the Rough.
Oh,
In case you were curious. And we have not been in this room. Tim has been in this room for a short amount of time, if it will load. There it goes. It's loading now.
Lou
So,
definitely has a moment of excitement where she's like, hey, you got to hear this thing. It's awesome. And
So you guys are in the top right corner of this room.
oh, over there.
Where glyphic shroomlight is.
That's a cool idea.
This room is kind of, it's a small little building just kind of off to the side where you guys are in. I'll move you guys outside because you didn't walk into the room.
Like, hello.
You walk past this. What you see on the inside is a deep gnome who is young and looks quite nervous. And he's kind of slowly kind of putting this room back together again. Like he's trying to clean it up and reorganize and just fix things all together. I'm giving you things that you could potentially do. If you guys don't want to do this stuff, just be like, let's keep moving, and we'll just keep moving. But I'm just telling you kind of what you see as you walk through. If you guys decide to pass on that, then we have the room that Tim or Lou thinks is pretty friggin' sweet, which is the singing stones. Those are speaking stones. Sorry, that's in room 13 technically, which is kind of right off of 10 and 8, where they are still playing music out there. As you pass through, you go into room 10. Room 10 is a staging area, and I will bring us over to that map just so you guys get an idea of what you're looking at. I don't know.
The singing stones are, that's the tune that they're doing as we're passing.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm like, oh, hey, okay.
You
Okay,
guys come
Lou.
into this room, passing through. This is room 10, also known as the staging area. It's fortified with barricades and it's defended by 8 deep gnomes and 4 cave badgers. You don't see any earth elementals here. And then they have a leader that's kind of standing out in the front of them that kind of waves you on by, telling you, keep on moving. Nothing to see around here. Keep on moving. And then we go into room 12, which is the residential caves.
I just bumped into Neo and like, hey, is that part of
Is that part of
Kill Everything?
Well, not them, but they're not enemies.
Oh, okay. I didn't know everything excluded not enemies or not.
No, it's I see that's the difference to the saying. It's not just kill everything. That would be a terrible saying. You see, you gotta
I mean, I think it's all right personally.
Yeah. No, it's stop rushing in,
Right.
kill everything.
Right.
So you see, that would be
That's
rushing
step 2,
in and
though.
killing everything. So you got to do them both together.
You have actually passed through this before because you have to get through here to go to the hotel, which is south of this room. But when you go past, two deep gnomes, one male, one female, come running out of the room to just above and to your left, screaming about a ghost, and you hear some ethereal sounds coming from inside of this little hobbit hole, to call something.
I'm just gonna look at Lou and be like,
Lou's gonna be like, "Who you gonna call?"
He-Man.
Extraction Team 4. What? Wait, what?
The
Should that be
Chidariuses are
Chidarius
multiplying.
3? Yeah, I was gonna say, should that one-
I'm okay. Like,
So
I think that
I
should
was
be
just-
canon.
I
There
ain't
are
got no
3
problems.
clones right now, and
I
all
was
3
just
of them
think-
can fight.
I was just thinking about the original Ghostbusters movie, and it's like, and the kids, they were excited, they were doing the theme song, and it's like, and who you gonna call? And they were all screaming He-Man. So He-Man, He-Man. So that was the reference.
Good reference.
Good reference.
I am going to go over to well, actually,
So-
first if the ladies are nearby, I'd like to be like, yo, you okay?
Yeah, they're right here.
Okay. I wasn't
Um,
sure if they'd stop there, if they kept
Well,
going.
they're running, but you can grab them as they pass.
Okay. Hey, excuse me. Hey,
What? No. We got to keep going. We got to keep going.
it's okay. No, we're Extraction Team 4. Well, we're here to help.
There's a dead man in there. There's a ghost.
Ah, my specialty, dead people.
Somehow
you
they're
heard.
more scared of you than they are.
My specialty.
I mean, I can
Oh,
just talk to.
okay.
I can talk to the dead bodies. And that's just something I can do.
Okay, do you know if there's anyone else inside, or is it just you two?
No, it was just we went in there because we were moving some things out because we have somebody else coming in, and we got in there and a ghost just appeared out of nowhere and chased us off, screaming that it was all his.
Possessive type. Okay. Yes, well, as I mentioned, we are Extraction Team 4, and we shall handle this situation. Crew? Nero says he starts walking to the door.
As we stay, me and Lou like look at each other. Crew.
That's a development.
We're not responding to that, right?
No. Let's see how far he goes before he looks back.
Yeah. When he turns back,
Walking
we'll both
all
yell
the
at the
way
same
in.
time. Want to try again? Well, he'll turn around. We'll just wait.
Just as
He's gonna turn
Nero
around.
gets to the front door,
Oh no!
Nero gets in.
And we're like, wow,
Uh,
he's taking a long time.
He turns around and looks at you. And I mean, Nero says whatever he wants to say,
Yeah.
but
What? I was gonna say guys, but Lou was there. So
Nero, what's your passive perception?
passive perception is 12.
Okay. Okay, so you don't notice, but Lou, Gideon, you most certainly do,
Everyone else is
because
looking.
as he turns around to look at you and asks, kind of like, "Why are you guys not
What?
following?" A ghostly apparition appears behind him. Looks like a Smurf Neblin, as you've seen them, with a look of pure fury on his face, and he screams at Nero as he shoves him. No, it's my stuff, not yours, mine.
Didn't
And
even
then
take
And
anything.
you see this ghost run back into the house and disappear again.
Don't take his stuff, Nero. Jeez.
I mean,
Might as well yelling that to him because we still haven't moved.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're heckling him.
Hey, crew, did you figure it out?
Okay, what would you prefer I call you?
Gideon.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yep. He says as he goes in.
I mean, the boys is better than crew.
He has to do development. He's not going to rush. He's going to come back out. He's going to want us to come in there. We'll trust me. He'll come out.
He does not come out.
Lose.
Just wait. Just wait.
maybe you go. Maybe we just go chat. It's just, I'm not that offended.
But this is how it slides, and it becomes a problem.
Maybe we just have a discussion after the fact, and she's like, kind of like trying to lead the conversation. Like, okay, maybe we'll talk about it after. We'll set boundaries.
Then
We'll set boundaries.
I hold Lou with force kit. No, I'm kidding. I'm not using it. Fine.
No, we need to talk about it. But like, he's been in there.
It's been like 10 seconds. Come on, the man can handle himself.
Have you? He's already being charmed.
You hear glass shattering from inside of this building. Nero, what you see is absolutely nothing but plates and dishes just whizzing past your head.
Come on, don't be damaging your stuff. Come on, let's just talk.
Not yours.
Did I say I was taking it? You're the one destroying it.
Okay, I can't be the only one with good eyes if we're fighting ghosts or whatever, and I'll tap Lou, and let me do a magic surge before I say anything. I am attempting to give you a true sight. Okay, I give you true sight.
And apparently 6 bludgeoning slashing damage.
Ignore that part.
True sight.
He like slaps you on the back of the head, which just kicks your cerebellum into like high gear.
Lou's like, ow. Whoa.
You'll see magic doors that are hidden and such, blah, blah, blah. You have true sight.
Actually,
True sight.
interesting. Lou.
Yeah.
Gideon didn't realize it because he always has this sight. Blingdenstone is a little bit more crowded than you thought it was, because as soon as he hits you and you get that true sight, about 50 more people are suddenly in the street that you're walking through. Most of them are just going about their business, doing their own thing. And then you realize that none of them are actually like real. They're all apparitions.
Lou's gonna be turned to Gideon and be like, have they been there the whole time?
What?
They weren't. And she's gonna like point just to pick a random one that wasn't there before and be like, they weren't there 2 seconds ago.
Yes, they were.
No, I could not see them. I can see him, and she points to like Smurf Levlin, who was actually always there for her sight. Like, he was there. Those were not, and those, and them.
No, they were all here.
What are you guys talking about?
All the people around us.
There's more people than you can see. Like Kaidarius, can you see that one? And like she's gonna point to an isolated apparition.
Is gonna punch where Lou has pointed.
Okay. I mean, it's not going to hit anything.
Yeah.
I said, so does Lou just see the fist just go straight through?
Yep. It's
How
just
does
like a cloud of
How does
dust.
the ghost react?
Nothing.
Did they get him?
Yes.
Yes.
Did not seem like you connect. Like it was more like a pass through. Okay, Gideon, have they been here? Were there people in my room?
I mean, I'm assuming you were.
Okay. We need to go get Nero. We need to go get Nero. That's fine. We'll there are ghosts everywhere. Did Lou see, you said Lou and Gideon had seen the ghost that shoved Nero. Did they see that ghost prior to Lou getting the true sight? Did she
Yes.
see that?
Yes.
She's very confused.
We can deal with it. Well, since we're doing it, you can give me an Arcana check.
Don't think Lou knows a ton about ghosts.
I got my one good Arcana check, so don't look at me.
Nero, what are you doing inside of this room?
Currently, he's just talking to the ghost, kind of waiting for backup. So he's just like, all right, you're upset. You're upset. I can see that. But let's just talk about it. Why are you here? Why are you here, man? Why here? Why are you tossing stuff? Come on now.
This is my things. These are
Okay.
not yours.
I'm not taking them. I understand that. That's fine. All right. Are people trying to take your things? How long have you been dead?
This is my home. This isn't yours. It's mine.
Well,
Get out.
I mean, let's talk about the elephant in the room. You're dead. I'm not. Let's talk about it.
He just keeps repeating kind of the same things.
Hmm.
It's either he's not listening to you or he doesn't care.
Yeah.
The other. So Gideon, Lou, and Kydarius, you guys are Kydarius 2 are walking in.
Yes.
Okay. Kydarius, you can't see it. But Lou and Gideon can. That this ghost is kind of, he keeps like appearing around Nero, and now you guys, throwing things at Nero, trying to scare him off to where Nero can see him for a split second before he seems to retreat into this back room, and then disappear again, and then kind of just repeat this over and over and over again.
I'm like, all right, Carl. Can I call you Carl? I don't know your name, but I'm gonna call you Carl. Oh, hey guys. Yeah, I'm trying to get through to him, but he's pretty upset. I think he used to live here, and I guess he doesn't like other people living here. Would you stop? Okay. Yes.
Yeah, people are living in his house. I'd be pissed.
But I mean, I wanted to talk about the fact that he's dead and everything, and that he can't keep it forever, theoretically. But this might mean I have to resort to the second half of my new rule. Wait.
It's probably one of those, dead ghost doesn't realize he's dead scenario. Like,
Oh, so
then
this
you're
is
gonna
gonna
tell
be
him
a
he's
stab.
dead, and then he's gonna be like, "You're crazy,"
Ow, Carl!
and then you will get possessed,
Mhm.
and then we'll have to kill you.
Wait.
And then it's just,
Wait,
I mean, what?
I didn't agree to possession.
That's kind of the whole point of possession. It's a one party.
I mean, someone could be willingly possessed.
I mean, I guess.
Like a cult
Sure.
fanatic, I could see that.
Right? I heard that's
think-
like 9/10
think
of
that's
the
called-
law or something.
I think that's called body sharing.
Yeah.
I also
See-
didn't agree to that.
I mean, is body sharing just possession if it's willing?
Yes, consensual
I guess-
possession is body sharing. Yes. I think I read that in a book.
No. That tracks. That sounds right.
Okay, makes sense.
All right. So I mean, I don't really want to burn the place down. So and since he's a ghost, I'm guessing that might not be able to hit him very hard.
While they're Gideon and Nero continue chatting, Lou is going to see if, because the ghost seems kind of fixated on Nero, if she can go look to that room that the ghost is disappearing into, or is
Sure.
retreating into.
As you continue to approach, his attention turns away from Nero and more to you. It really does seem like he's guarding this room for some reason. And he's continually trying to throw things at you, pass through you just to kind of freak you out, push you, shove you, things like that.
Lou's gonna like back off so that way Nero's between her and the room, and like lean over to Gideon and be like, "It's that room. I don't know what it is, but
What?
it's that room."
Carl, don't mess with Lou. What's in the room?
I don't know. Well, he doesn't want us touching his stuff. He wants us to be. I guess we'll go extract his stuff. And then
I mean, he is dead. Extracting dead people stuff is. I mean, you've done that. I remember there was a certain tomb and a sarcophagus, and there were some ghosts there. You didn't seem to have any qualms then.
I didn't really take anything. That was Nero.
I mean, technically, it's grave robbing at that point. I think he says as he's going towards the room.
It wasn't robbery. It was extraction.
Grave extraction. Grave extraction.
Yeah, I mean, we extracted from a grave.
So I make sure
Just
that
look out.
Nero doesn't get possessed like his normal self. I'm gonna try to get to the doorknob before him.
Okay.
I'm walking. You're just
To get to
walking
the
a little
room,
faster.
to get to the room, you'll need to give me 5 dexterity checks, or you'll take a little bit of damage because the
He's
ghost is
tossing
able to
stuff.
actually connect with you.
Are those dex saves or dex checks?
Dex saves, I guess.
Score.
If multiple people are trying to go to the door at the same time, do all of us still have to roll the same amount of dex saves, or can we use, like, say, a help action or something?
Is everybody trying to go in?
I
Losing.
am.
So Gideon, you did 6,
Oh, did I?
and
clicked
the
it 5
last
times.
one is a nat 20. The 6th one,
That-
the one that doesn't matter. But 3 of them failed. And for Nero,
Hey, and at 20.
4 of them passed. So Nero does make it to the room first, Gideon.
I force
And
kicked
then Nero, you take 2 bludgeoning damage, and Gideon takes 8 bludgeoning damage.
All right, I'm killing this ghost.
Goodness, Lou. Nero, you make it to this back room.
Michael.
There are 2 bookcases, or sorry, 3 bookcases and 3 little beds. And you noticed that when you were watching him retreat, he would go back to this room and kind of take a right. And once you get back there, you very quickly realize why. There is a small skeleton on the ground, prone, with one arm reaching out underneath the bookcase, the central bookcase, with a blade sticking out of its back.
Oh, when you say small, we're talking gnome or
Yeah.
dwarf
Deep
small.
gnome size.
Not child small. Heard.
Kaidarius, you take 4 bludgeoning damage. And Lou, you just trot right in.
Nice. Lou was definitely like hiding behind
Pete,
Kaidarius
yeah,
the whole time.
I knew it. I was like,
So this is what you see in this room.
the knife. I want to look at it.
Sure.
Does it just be a traditional dagger? Nothing, no runes on it or anything.
Actually, it does seem to be a little bit different. The blade is not metal, it's obsidian. And what the only other place you've seen any weapons sort of like this were carried by the drow.
Well, I'm gonna try to speak with skeleton dude. I could speak with dead at will. I'm gonna see if I can get any response.
Sure. You walk up to this skeleton, you kind of place your hand on its shoulder blade. And the ghost of this person, the hat, kind of appears behind you in the doorway. He doesn't say anything, he just kind of looks at you.
That you?
I am Vazuk.
I'm looking at the skeleton to see perhaps he was wearing a name tag before he died. He just
No.
got off work at the restaurant, and so he had his apron and everything on. So
No. Just some really ragged, rotten clothing. I mean, virtually, disintegrating clothing.
Been dead for a while then.
Yes.
Presumably.
So stabbed in the back with an obsidian dagger.
The drow have invaded.
That was like a time ago. We learned a little bit about that. I didn't take notes
Yeah.
about that, but yeah.
When Gideon talks to the ghosts or whatever, are we able to see him as well? Or
Yeah,
I hear them actually.
you can see them, but Gideon has like a direct connection to be able to actually speak with him.
But can we hear the answers coming from him?
I would say no.
Okay, never mind. Unless Gideon relays that.
Well, I know this has been drow free for a while. Yeah, there's no drow here.
The drow have invaded. All is lost.
It's actually not
Protect
lost.
what is ours.
That's not a question.
This place is actually thriving right now. There's no drow, but they're doing good. You're dead, and you missed a lot since you've been dead.
He looks at you, and you can see just this rage build up in his eyes. He dissipates for a moment before appearing next to the bookshelf, there where his body is, and he kind of goes right back into his normal tirade, and everybody can see and hear this now.
Mhm.
These are my things, and he's give me a dexterity saving throw, Gideon.
Natural 20. Go for it.
Well,
Or just 20 plus. Okay.
you you jump out of the way as just an entire shelf of books just shotgun across the room, right where you were.
What did you say to him?
I let him know he was dead, and I tried your plan, and like I said, he wasn't fond of that. Oh, he also thinks the drow is invading. So
Was there the bookshelf that he tossed? Was that the one that his skeleton was reaching under?
Yes.
Was there anything under the bookshelf?
Nobody looked.
Not yet.
Well, I mean, he threw the bookshelf, so presumably
no,
there's
no.
nothing.
He threw the books.
Books off of a shelf.
Oh,
Books,
okay.
not the shelf. Yeah.
okay. Then yeah, Lou wants to try to see what's under the bookshelf. Sorry, I heard shotgun the bookshelf, and I'm just picturing this wall just like.
He just moved out of the way. Well, I told you guys.
No. Yes, with give me a perception check. Okay. You look under there, and it's really just really cobwebby.
Do I have advantage because I have true sight vision? Whatever.
No. True sight, you see things that are not physical.
I thought maybe there'd be something there. I don't know. I'm trying.
Can
Yeah, just a shot.
kind of play a game of hot or cold and see, like, try to walk around the room to see where the ghost gets the angriest.
Nice.
Sure. Give me an investigation check.
Okay.
what if you're like
Notoriously smart.
bury his body and see what happens? You know.
Investigation -1. Here we
But there's
Yeah,
20 sides to a die, so you know.
Yeah, that's a 5.
You know.
You are rather large inside of a deep gnome's hovel. So it's really hard to gauge, like, is he actually more upset on this side of the room because my other foot is kind of on the other side? So you realize
your
maybe
tail
I
just
mean,
goes
you're
over
like
there.
straight up Gandalf in Bilbo's house. Like, it's not very spacious.
I'm gonna grab the dagger from his back.
Sure, yeah. It is a
Lou?
little hard to get out. It was stuck in a couple of vertebrae.
that's in there.
Gideon, I noticed that you mentioned burying his body.
Yes.
You are aware that there is a crypt of deep gnomes, so that is an actual possibility if you would like. Lou,
Lou-
I mean, I
Who's-
could just like mold some earth and then drop the body and mold it back.
Lou is definitely going to grab like a femur, and start like swirling the cobwebs up and like tapping to see if like she didn't see anything, but she's still
You're
thinking
Well,
just
there's
checking
gotta be
that.
there's gotta
Okay.
be something there.
Give me
Did
another
you have to use a
give
bone?
me another perception with advantage.
Poor taste, even for me, is all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I mean, come
Like,
on. There's so many different things you could be using, Lou.
Lou just like she is apparently probably like on her stomach or chest, like look at she just looks back and be like, well, he wasn't using it.
yeah, he's not using this obsidian dagger that was just actually easier to grab since it's in his hand.
It has a handle, Lou.
Well,
It
you
has a
grabbed-
handle.
You grabbed that. I had to grab
It
something
has a
else.
handle.
And
As
like
you-
the,
as you-
the bone has a pretty good handle, and she's like waving the bone around, holding it by the joints. This works just fine.
As you
Carl, I
wrap his
apologize.
femur around underneath this bookshelf, you realize that it pops lower than the ground, and you notice that there's actually a small hole in the ground underneath this bookcase that you didn't see before because of all the cobwebs. Are you gonna reach your hand in?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
You're gonna
I
reach
saw
the
that look.
femur in.
yeah, no, she'd definitely be like, ooh, hole. And it's just gonna reach. I mean, there's no cobwebs anymore, so it's fine, right?
You reach
I mean,
in,
you're already
you
swirled
do
around,
feel
so yeah.
something solid, and you pull it up and out, and it's a small Zirkwood box. And you open this little chest, this tiny little chest, and it has 8 tiny rubies inside of it.
I mean, Lou is going to hand them to Gideon. She will keep the Zirkwood box herself, though.
You're good.
Like she just sees it. She's like, huh, and like scoops him out, and be like, hey, kid, come here. I got something for you.
The ghost is freaking out.
Mhm. Yeah, Cadarius, I think that's the spot.
Yes, I think that might be it.
So we just leave with the stuff and extraction team 4, we just take and leave, right?
What? No,
I mean,
that's
no,
not where we
his-
were.
We're putting his soul to rest. He was concerned about his jewels never being found. We found them.
I think
Carl, how do you feel?
Insane is going on. He's just
Oh, his name is actually, and I repeat what that weird ass name was.
Vazuk. He is frantically like the ghosts. Like how you perceive the ghost has really changed. Like he's gone from being angry and chasing people off to like frantically panicking and like in a full panicked state, trying to get Gideon to drop the gems.
Gideon, those just look like regular gems, not like magic or anything, right?
I like grasping them and I take a little peek. Like,
They are just regular gems. By taking a little bit of closer look, you realize that it's probably worth about 250 gold. It's a good chunk of change for, someone to have hidden away.
Mm-hmm.
so.
no, they look like gems.
So what if we were to bury the gems somewhere else, not in someone's house? Maybe he would guard that spot instead, and he would be happier.
Oh yeah, you can see if he'll follow you. If you go outside, see if he follows you.
Oh yeah, we can take him to the crypt. Kydarius, you can grab the rest of the body, and Blue has the femur, so it should be even lighter for you.
Oh, okay.
Like Gideon's like, yeah, not me. Like,
I mean, can we at least like wrap it up in a blanket or something?
Well, I'm gonna test
Who is
part
over
one of
there
this
like
theory,
scooping up
and
bones?
I run out of the building
Hmm.
with the gems.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
The ghost straight up is like dissipates, shows up at the front door, and give me a dexterity saving throw.
One of these.
Also, you need to cast or you need to roll for Speak with Dead.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Dexterity save. He full on clotheslines you at the door and knocks you prone. And
Oh.
you drop the gems.
Interesting.
I'm short enough. I should have went under that.
True.
But he's also
He's
short.
also a deep gnome, so it was kind of like perfect.
Yeah.
height. Normally it would just be like table topping somebody, but you're so short that
Ooh, tabletop. So as he falls and I hear the clatter. Get in, you good?
Hey, pick those up. I don't want them anymore.
I don't want any. Okay. Now, Kazook.
Bazuk.
Kazuk. I'm gonna say as I'm grabbing them. All right, we're taking it. We're like, I want to give these to you, but I don't know how to give them to you. Oh, wait. Cadarius. I'm gonna grab the gems, go over, and put them with the body.
Backpack.
Well, they're just.
the-
Yeah, there we go.
Gideon to be like lazy on getting up. I don't know, maybe do this magic search. He's gonna make his hammer into a great hammer, and like as it raises, push himself up. He's like, okay. Now I'm
So-
mad.
Are you heading to the crypt? Actually, that's in the same area. So where Glyphic Shroomlight was earlier is where you will walk into, and that is the entrance to the crypt.
Score.
So let
Yeah,
me gather everybody back.
Put the
together.
gems with his remains, and we're walking that way.
Lou's gonna have like when everyone leaves the room, she's gonna just grab a whole bunch of books and shove it into her bag of holding real quick, just blindly grabbing a whole bunch of books. You can resolve if she got anything good later.
Yeah, we will. I don't know if you will.
It's a wild card if you want to use it.
Okay, so we are over
He's like,
in
whoa, we found a witch scroll. Whoa.
and the Ruby of the Rough. So again, this was a small little temple, and it is it has one little deep gnome in it. Glyphix Shroomlight is his name. He is a nervous young novice doing his best in a situation which requires a much older and much more experienced cleric. But here we are. In the back of this building, there is a passage that leads down into the network of small linked caverns that are the catacombs in the crypt. So Glyphic doesn't say too much for you when he walks in, other than eyeing the ghost kind of oddly.
Just kind of oddly.
That is following you and yelling at you and trying to shove you over. Nonetheless, you make it down into the crypt. And what do you want to do now?
I guess we find a hole.
You guys, I'm gonna ask the nervous dude up front, just like 2 questions. Y'all pick the best spot. I'm gonna go over to Mr. Glyphic and be like, hey, if we were gonna put a body, like a gnome body, in a crypt or a spot down here, are there like free ones, or are there specific ones for people's like families?
I don't really know. Like most of those down there are just like heroes from like the Drow invasion and stuff. So like, where'd you find a body? I don't know. Let me go get my books.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, we'll be just down here. Thank you.
He quickly scuttles off to a side of the room where there's a small bookshelf. Just like, oh man. You guys go back down into the crypt, and you kind of look around, and a lot of the names don't look familiar to you. But you suddenly notice that there is another person in there with you. He is also an apparition, but he doesn't seem to be, he doesn't seem to be yelling at you like the other one is. He seems to actually be standing still and not smiling, but not menacing looking at all. He's just kind of standing there. He then walks up to who's closest? Lou, actually. He walks up to Lou and just puts one hand out and he says, I know you're not going to be able to shake it, for I am a ghost, but nonetheless, in friendly fashion, I shake your hand. My name is Jadger. I am the borough warden here. How can I help you?
Pleasure to meet you. We have we have a body we need to bury here, whose spirit is unhappy, unlike yours.
That must be
died.
Vazuk. Is that correct? Is that Vazuk?
It is. He died from the drown. It is.
He is a well-known trouble child of the afterlife, that I have been trying to deal with for some time.
I mean, we found why he was angry.
Oh, really?
Well,
yeah.
I always assumed it was something that he had left behind that he was trying to get back to, but what did it end up being?
It was a ruby.
Jim.
Hey, Ruby.
Is just holding.
It was a ruby.
It was this one specifically.
He asks, may I see it, please?
Yes, of course.
He places it, and it does land on his hand, and he looks at it. That's odd. These typically come in sets of 8.
Yes.
They come in set. Wait. What are they that come in set of 8s? Like, are they what do they go to?
Let me think. It's been a long time since I've been to the overworld, which I assume you are all from. The last time I had been up there, a coin was very, very popular. They would mint special commemorative or, special runs of different coins, and people would collect those. We, as the Deep Gnomes, for most of our time down here, didn't deal with coin, but we dealt with gems. These, and he takes that same jewel. He said, if you look very closely, it is a ruby, and it's actually a very beautiful ruby, well cut, well done. This would have been around 30 or 40 of your gold pieces back in that time. But what makes them special is they are an imperfection in them. If you look down on the side, I bet you on all of these, because I bet it's in a set, they have what's called a star sign in them. And that star sign is actually a copper deposit in the center that when light shines on it, it kind of looks like a star. They're an imperfection, but they're a huge collector's item. And they are actually worth some money. And a lot of people put a lot of their savings into these things. So it's not very surprising that Vazuk probably had his life savings amongst these gems and is looking for those in his afterlife, unfortunately.
So if he was, say, buried with them, would his spirit be in peace?
Oh, certainly. Did
Even
you find
if he
his
was
body?
missing half. Oh yeah. Cadarius?
I think they're in here somewhere, and Kenny's gonna take the skull out of his backpack. And
Well, I can't say that I could have thought of an easier way of carrying bones, but yes, in fact, and he kind of waves his hand. If you could follow me, I do have an empty spot that I've been saving for Vazuk, simply because I hoped that one day somebody would be able to capture him and bring him back. And he kind of leads you to the southern end where there is a crypt. I would ask that, please, if you could be so kind. I'm aware that the rubies could potentially be worth some money still today. This guy's been screaming for 175 years. Please just let him have them.
yes, of course, I would not want to.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're his things. That's what he's been saying the whole time.
Yes, grave robbing is not a victimless crime.
I have heard that before.
I mean, it is as long as the victim isn't a ghost.
Yeah, but when do you call it? When do you change from grave robbing to archaeologist?
When it's not undead, but it's actual dead. Wait, no, when it's
When
Yeah.
when you can learn
When it's-
scientific facts from the data of which you take. So
Oh,
for
good,
instance,
'cause we
someone who
learned that
died
these-
yesterday, I could get some interesting data about their eating habits and the eating habits of the society in general by digging up their fresh grave.
If
Also, their
if it
brains
does
are
make
useful.
things easier for you,
Uh-huh.
I am but a ghost and therefore do not have any earthly belongings, including money.
tell that to Vazuk over here.
What I can do, he kind of looks at you like sideways for a second. What I can do is I do have quite a vast knowledge of the Underdark and all of its
Ooh.
Maybe
to make it a little bit less
Titan lead.
grave robbery and more archaeology, as you say, ma'am. You bring me Vazuk's body, we lay him to rest. I will answer 3 questions of yours about the Underdark, and I will do everything in my power to answer it correctly. And if I don't have the answer, I am spectral and I can go anywhere I would like at the blink of an eye, and I can learn it.
Even
Now-
through doors that he can't open.
That's Lou like turns to Nero and then like Gideon like, that's a good deal. That's a really good deal. We
I
should
mean,
do that.
Doesn't this let you know exactly where Titan is? Like, isn't that the
Yes.
whole? Okay,
That's
so
yeah. But before Nero, before just don't ask any question.
yeah,
And then she's gonna like turn to the ghost, be like,
Mm.
if he asks any question, like we all have to agree
It's-
on the
it's-
3
yeah,
questions.
yes. So Nero actually needs approval from the entire board.
Yeah,
So then, if I ask any question that counts. Oh wait, I mean nothing.
No, so
Mm-mm.
from Lou and I, which I'm not going to be asking any questions, but if we answer our question, he needs
Yeah.
approval from the board.
Mm.
What
We're
about
gonna-
which is
we're gonna
which is
have-
How about
us?
this giant fellow?
I will probably not be asking any questions, so it is fine. I will just.
Okay. I should also mention that this deal of ours does not only have to be with Vazuk. In fact, there is another that I have been trying to get to. His name is Udhask, Udhask. He's a deep gnome. He has been not really terrorizing anything like Vazuk has, but he died somewhere in Rockblight. If you were able to bring his remains back to me as well, it would, 1, be greatly appreciated, and 2, it would give you 3 more questions that I would be happy to answer.
that sounds very. That's yeah.
Lou,
I
you
think
writing
we
that
could-
down?
I'm taking mental notes that my player actually writes down because he can't remember that much. Yes, that sounds like a great deal. And then she's gonna like lean back and like lean into Gideon and be like, and maybe we can sell our services to the Diggermatox because we are solving another problem.
And win-win.
Yep.
If you have questions for me now, feel free to ask them. But if you would like to hold on to them and ponder on them, first off, that is perfectly fine as well.
Yes. Well, we might ask a question in a minute, but like we're gonna meet. This is democracy, and we're gonna meet over there, and we're gonna decide what question we want to ask. And like if you hear a sentence end in a question mark, that's not our question yet. We're just playing. It's a trial, okay? So like until I say,
I do ask that before you convene, we please put Vezuk to rest so he would stop screaming.
Mhm.
Yes,
Oh.
Kader lays bone out in a rough approximation of deep gnome anatomy.
Man, you haven't torn these guys apart, and I'll fix some of them.
That's a leg bone, not an arm bone.
then you'll lay every single one of the 8 gems down. Eye sockets because it looks cooler, and then the rest go in the grave.
like arrange it around the head. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, every one of the 7 gems.
As you lay them down and you place the gems, Vezuk waves his hand and the stone rolls over the grave. And Vezuk he stops his yelling. He looks at his body, or he looks at the grave. And then dissipates.
Not
Bye,
even a
Carl.
Sigh of relief as he dissipates. Vezuk then said, "Thank all of the gnomish gods. He has been giving me a headache for literally more than a century."
Believe that. He was giving us headache for like literally like 10 minutes at least.
It was hell.
So please convene, ask your questions, and we will continue from there.
Excuse me. Yeah, I know you're doing your obsidian dragon thing, but why are you here, Cadarius?
It is my calling right now at the moment. You see, I prayed to the obsidian dragon back in one of the previous towns, one of their temples, and I saw a vision he sent me in physical form of a child being led by his father to an altar. And I believe that I was the father, and all of the Underdark was my child, leading them to salvation, to their new, true dragon. And I feel like I've been doing a great job in enacting the salvation of the obsidian dragon all throughout the Underdark. Everywhere I go, I see great results.
What did the father do to the child at the altar?
It was like a father and son thing.
Yeah, why are you making it weird?
No, I'm just saying, like, did the son get up on the altar and lay down? And was there a knife and like, you know?
Like the father showed the son how to revere and respect the deity that they were there to respect.
And how was that? Just like praying or like murdering something? I don't know anything about the obsidian dragon. Teach me.
They gave an offering. That is what they do. It was a vial of black substance and some coin, I think. It was a long time ago.
I mean, I feel like a monumental moment in your life, like your deity showing you something, would be pretty vivid in your memory. But that's just
Well,
if you had a jar of like
mean-
random substance, why would you give it to a deity? That is definitely for just throwing in the middle of a town.
Alfonso says, well, me being born was pretty monumental, but I don't remember that.
You are an exception to that rule, because do you really remember much of your past existence?
Did you exist before?
He just gives this like 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you
but
took
come
him
back.
out of his.
Out of his what? He just appeared. So
Do you ever listen to him when we're setting camp?
sometimes.
No times, apparently. I
Well,
care the
definitely
least that I know about that.
I have.
I look at
have some
Alfonso and
personal questions.
I'm like, no offense, dude. I don't care about anyone. Like,
No, it's fully understood.
but hey,
Talk
I
to you.
do listen. So
Winston, Nicolas Cage is not real.
Well,
I mean, he
Nicolas Cage
is.
can't hurt. He's not real.
I mean-
Nicolas Cage isn't real.
You're gonna tell that your dog this, and he's gonna believe it. He's gonna feel safe, and then all of a sudden, here we are watching National Treasure. Boom, there he is, and your dog's gonna have a heart attack.
You'll
And
be
there-
in
and
some
then
random
just
town,
show-
and they'll be like, "Hey, look, Nicolas Cage is like right there. What a surprise! You should get a picture." Winston's gonna be like,
is that the Ghost Rider?
He's not the brightest. Anyway, he won't go.
Well,
in.
But he's cute.
So yes, a question for us about Titan. A question for you two. Do y'all have a question? I mean,
Nah,
Kadarius,
not
you're
that,
just spreading your word, so I don't
not that
really
my
know what
deity
you'd
can't
ask.
answer. But
And-
I don't trust that you guys will be able to figure this out with one question.
Like you guys.
That's why you might have two.
I mean, we're gonna probably be able to do the other guy and get 3 more. So like, if we mess up that bad, it's fine.
Well, Kadarius, I'm content with my knowledge, so you can have mine. I don't care.
that my path is set. I know what I am doing, what I have done. I have no questions for this ghost.
I mean, out of curiosity, Kadarius, like
Man,
you say,
we do have more in common than I thought, Kadarius.
like you've kind of been traveling with us and doing stuff with us for the most part, except for that brief stint where you slept a shit ton.
Man, you did sleep a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of concerned about you, but you seem fine now, so it's fine. Like, so when we leave, you're gonna stay down here?
No, that is not the plan. You see, I
So
feel
you're
like
coming with us.
Blingdenstone is the last stop on my crusade, if you will. If I could be so vulgar in my language.
Feels oddly appropriate, actually.
The ghost just clears his throat.
There's just
You got
ghostly throat.
all the time in
bro, what do
existence.
you got
Patience.
stuck in your throat, man? It literally just like falls through.
Being a ghost would be
You
so
you
fun.
could just say excuse me. You know, it's like more rude that you're a ghost than faking it.
But it was like, well, wait.
We still have
What if he died
mucus.
with a chicken bone in his throat?
Ooh,
Then it'd be stuck for all eternity.
Suffering.
The racist.
Yep. Is ghost a race?
No, I'm racist apparently. So no.
I mean, yes, you are, but on this one, I don't know.
I?
Hey, that's a given, but
I said
Okay.
devil blood one time, which is what they were called.
oh, dude, he's
Oh.
standing right there.
We
Come
talked about
on.
No,
this.
I always said like we cool, but you know I get corrected and I fix it, and you guys don't let it down.
I mean,
What incentive would have me stop if you guys still hold it over me if I fix the problem?
well, you
Hey,
did
we're
just
not the ones
say
who
it
brought it up.
again.
We didn't
So
say
is-
we didn't say it. We didn't say the occasion.
Okay, Lou is literally giving me so much crap about it, like so much time after.
Well,
Facts.
no, sometimes I don't want you to forget the lessons you've learned. And also, apparently, our work is not done in reforming you from your,
I
let's
don't
say,
need
elderly
reform.
ways,
I
because
don't
you
want-
just said it again.
I'm not gonna, you know, Kadarius doesn't like it. It's a bad term. Now I know it's not, and I mean no respect to Kadarius. Disrespect. Sorry, bad habits.
Um,
What would your first question be?
we're getting to there. You okay? Seriously, dude. You've been down here how many decades? How many centuries?
Me?
Like a lot.
Yes, you.
I died about 180 years ago.
Then you've got time. Take
Take
a deep breath. Well,
Well, he needs to clear that throat anyway, so
just
he needs to do
be patient.
something.
We will get you a question. We've got to figure it out amongst ourselves because questions are hard.
That's why I'm not allowed to ask them.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Okay, so anyway, how you guys wording your Titan question? Because I feel like you guys know him better, but run it by me because you kind of word things weird.
No. Let's workshop this. I want to workshop. So
What if you
It's
say
some kind of trickery that I'm playing.
well, it's more we're trying to get the most for our buck, so to speak. So we don't want to just ask.
Yeah, if we get enough information by wording one question, then we would in two.
And Lou turns to Gideon and is like, and besides, if I just ask, hey, where is he? Like the guy could just be like, in Blingdenstone. We know that. We need to be specific.
what
Right?
if you
Yeah, but I
describe the
bet-
situation and then say, how do we get to there? Like our friend Titan is at this location. How do we get
He was
there?
brought to this because of this. How would we get there? I like that. Like we would just explain it into the question.
Sure.
And the void card, he
That'll
can
be
figure
one
that out,
question.
and we
I
can
will-
show him the picture even.
This location, how do we get there? Or something like that.
And we
get
tell him how he
specific.
gets there, so he has some information, and he can do bloop bloop, and he's like, "Oh, he is right there." And I'm like, "Okay, how do we get there?" Well, so we might have to use two, but
No.
we'll see how it goes.
Walk away, dog. Walk away.
I mean that sounds good to me. Are we confident? Do we want? Is that the question?
I mean, well, let's say that is our first question. Let's just say that as a temporary thing. Say that's our first question. And we have two other questions now.
I mean, we don't have to use both of them now. That's the big thing. He said we can come back, and if we get the additional three, we're coming
But
back.
would we though? Is the like
I mean,
most
maybe we-
times we don't really revisit the cities we go to because for whatever reason destruction follows us. So
So I'd like to not think that it follows us, but there's just been a set of coincidences.
yeah, how many times
And-
this town is like, "Oh, we're so happy," and then like, "Ah."
I mean, to be
all of
fair,
them.
that's just our bad luck. Like we showed
That
up
one.
at the fish town and they were summoning a
That one.
demigorgon. We didn't summon the demigorgon.
I mean,
And then-
we killed the princess,
Oh,
but to be
wait,
fair,
no.
the ritual would have happened whether we were there or not.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like,
We were trying to help. We didn't succeed fully.
You give me a minute. I'm gonna think of one. Just a sec. I'm going through.
And then we were in Gracklstuck and they already had the stolen egg and angry dragon. We didn't steal the egg. We didn't
okay,
make the dragon
but
angry.
the dragon being mad, bro, was very bad Nero hindsight. Like,
He'd have found out
Mhm.
eventually that. And
maybe.
Technically, the wait.
No, that
No,
one also destroyed.
No, it's probably destroyed right now. Actually, now that I think about it.
And the mushroom town that you guys can't remember,
That's
There-
what I was
it-
thinking about.
there was already a demon queen there. She was already doing stuff. And I gotta tell you, we definitely didn't help. We didn't make it worse, I don't think. Well, I mean, we definitely didn't make it worse because we never have gone. Currently, we've never gone there at any time now.
Yeah.
What?
Well, like
Currently, have
I've-
never gone there at any time now.
no, because like we're
of course, thanks,
I'm-
Nero.
I've gone there, but like I haven't gone there, and like you guys went there with me, but then you guys haven't gone there yet, but you never will either. But you already
Theoretically.
you might have. There's like two, so there's like two of you, and one of you has gone, and one of
Yeah.
you hasn't, and
It's
the
like a
hasn't is
multiverse,
you guys.
alternate timeline kind of situation thing going here.
So-
Yeah.
We
So
were
what you're
going-
saying is you didn't save us. You just like let
Well,
those guys die.
I'm dead sometime.
I mean,
So wait.
but-
Wait. Is there two of you?
mm, no.
Oh, that hurts.
Well,
Oh no,
I
now,
mean,
now it's breaking.
yes,
I mean,
because the
can
me
you-
that went in made it
So then-
so that the me didn't go in.
or
So maybe that never happened, but it did happen because I remember it happening. So like I have to be the only me there is because the me that went in remembers what happens, and then the me who didn't go in also remembers what
Yeah.
happens, even though she didn't go.
exactly.
We've gone
How the
off
hell is the
track.
game?
Okay. So the question, the wording,
Can you ask
Oh.
it? My head hurts.
bro, trust me, you don't want that. I'm an old fart.
I can ask.
No,
No,
Dang it.
it's okay. He knows the rules. This guy can't ask the question without approval, so which he
Okay.
clearly does not have.
so we
Okay, so okay, so this is what we should do. You have that card still, right? What? Oh, perfect. So, we show it to him. It's like, hey, your buddy Titan, right? Titan, deck of mini things, void card. Here, how to. A little bit
Okay.
more words, but yes.
I mean, there's no. We can give them a whole lecture of context before we actually ever ask the question, right?
yeah, the more information, so we can get the accurate answer.
Yeah. Although, I mean, I guess he's not all knowing, but he can get the answer.
But he can figure it out.
Okay. So are we good? This is what we're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel
So-
confident.
Here's our friend. He's down. He's somewhere down here.
We're trying to
What's the
get to
actual
him.
question?
How do we?
How?
He's in this void card.
Maybe
How do
maybe
we
we
get here?
do. Maybe we do like. What are the directions to get to? Does that sound good? Like, because I don't want him to just be like, yeah, he's in the next room, but like, how do we get there?
Oh yeah, no. That makes sense. Yeah.
So, like-
I'm following.
But if he's in the next room and we ask for directions, he's like, okay, you go up the ladder, you take a left, you kill the guard, you do.
You get very ready to take some notes because if he gives a step-by-step thing and he's like miles away,
I mean, but like if he's miles away and we ask and he's just like he's miles away, that doesn't help us much, right?
No.
I mean,
well,
More-
if
more
he was
information.
vague, we have 2 more questions to get more specific.
Well, like let's start with super.
It just sounds
specific.
like you don't want to find your friend, Neo. I don't know why you're so against getting more
No, this
information.
This guy is not going to try to trick us. He's
No,
nice.
he's cool. He's cool, but we just want to make sure we do it right still.
Not be vague. So this does not seem like a rude man. I say we just ask him questions and he will give us answer. He's a good guy,
you-
right?
Just bring up the void card at least, that'll give him some information.
No, I think we got this. Okay, I think we're good. And there's 5 of us down here, right?
Mhm.
And Alfonso,
Oh, wait a minute. Where's Eldest?
And Elda.
Diddly.
is Eldest
Where
still
did she
hanging out
go?
with us?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's like 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. There's more than 1 or 2 of us. I think if all of us are really listening, we can pick up all the information, even if he has a super specific spiel, right? Everyone agree with this?
Makes sense.
Nero? It's okay.
I will definitely get some of the information. Mhm.
I know you will, but
But
you're
remember,
great.
I got a patron because I ain't some nerd, so I don't take notes. So just throwing that out there.
Well, your
Wait,
patron
what?
hasn't given us directions, so
You have a patron, so you don't eat nerds, so you don't take note. Wait, what?
I don't have to study magic, I just get my power. So,
Oh,
long story short, I'm not a nerd, so I don't write notes.
okay, yeah, okay. Now I'm there. Wizard Lane, got it.
Yeah.
Jadger comes up behind you. So are you guys ready?
Mhm,
Yes.
mhm.
we are. I will be asking the question.
As approved by the board, even though he didn't read
As
it.
approved by the board of
Mhm.
extraction team 4 plus
Hmm.
several
Extraction Team
um,
4 and co.
and co. Yeah,
Let me stop you for a moment.
I was kind of building on something, but okay.
I know you were. I don't want to waste your time.
I mean, oh, thank you.
Let me see this void card.
Have you been listening this whole time?
Yeah.
Well, he's been waiting this entire time. I would if I was him.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so you know the basics of it.
Just let me see it. He takes the card and he looks at it. I actually may know where this is. One moment. And he shoots straight into the card, and the card flops to the ground.
Lou immediately grabs that shit and
Hey,
is like,
is he in
looking at
the card? Is he in the
Yeah.
card?
Yeah, she's checking to see if he's in the card.
Jadger is in the card, and you see him like hands in his pockets, walking around, looking at the room, studying it. He's walking around Titan, looking at him, looking at his situation, kind of nods his head, and then pops up and appears right next to you again.
That was
I know exactly where he is. That room already looked familiar, but now I know exactly where it is.
Well, sweet. Where is it and how do we get there?
No, it's fine. It was fine. I'm gonna answer the question
that was-
anyway.
Yeah, I was like, said that was the whole point.
Like, I'm not trying to like play a trick on you. I'm not some like genie or something like that. I'm just me answering questions. It's not gonna do any good for me to just like not give you an answer.
Well, okay, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is why I'm hesitant. You limited the number of questions we could ask. Why, if you're just helping us, if you're just a cool dude, why would you say you only get 3?
Well, he wants incentive for us to do the work still.
I mean, we were gonna do it anyways. Like
You
if he's a nice guy and answers our question
beforehand.
What?
He said you were gonna do it anyway. Did you even know about Udhask before you came in here?
Well, no.
No,
not
we
the
just-
specific person.
So how would you have been able to do it already?
No, we've been told that there's a reason why we got this guy. We've been told that there is an issue with some ghosts causing issues. So we were gonna take care of the issue.
So,
So
it was. It's a long shot, but we were like, dude, this is Angry Ghost. Let's grab him stuff and bring him to the crypt. And
Nonetheless,
it works itself out.
Nonetheless, you want to know how to get your friend.
Yes.
The important thing to know is that he is rather close. I'm going to go back off of our map here. We are in room 8. He is in room 31, which is not on the map because reasons. He is in he's in the dungeon here in Blingdenstone. We didn't use it very frequently. It's just kind of one large room that we would chain people to. Typically they're chained to the walls and it's one big circular room and whatever, but he's in the center of the room in a chair for whatever reason. I don't know.
With a book floating in front of him.
With a book of wisdom floating in front of him.
Because he needs that to get max wisdom.
Lou like looks at Gideon and be like, "Oh, you've got no idea."
So you have a couple of options on how to get to him.
Okay.
Of course, the problems are numerous on how to get there. It's not an easy road. There's the first path, which I would consider because it gets you past Udhask as well, is to pass through Rock Blight, which is rooms pretty much 17 through 22. And then that takes you up into the northwestern portion of Blingdenstone, where it's a relatively straight path toward the far northwest corner where the dungeons are, off of room 30. The second way that you can go is just directly through room 7, straight into the northwestern portion of the city, where it also leads to room 30. And your last is to pass through the Gold Whisker Warrens, which is rooms pretty much 23 through 26. And that just takes you from the western side to the northwest. But any of those 3 ways will all converge in the throne room and the dungeon itself.
Mm-hmm.
That is where Titan is. However, well, he doesn't know his name's Titan. Well, yeah, he does, because he your entire
Told him.
conversation.
Mm-hmm.
The other problem that you have, there are things otherworldly that are guarding him. I'm not sure how he got into this situation, but it's not going to be an easy one to get out of. While I was searching through the room, there was also 2 greater earth elementals and 1 elder colossus that was guarding him in that room,
Nice. Nice.
as well as a couple of drow, which is curious. We haven't allowed drow in the Underdark. quite some time. Nonetheless, your first question is answered. You know where Titan is, and you know how to get to him. And I've also shown my generosity and thankfulness by warning you of what is waiting for you when you get there.
We will definitely help you lay to rest any other restless spirits you've got. Thank you.
Winston, you are 7.
You have a really cute black dog, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Good to have company in the afterlife.
What are you doing, bro?
But
Post
How are
death.
you the grapes?
would Mr. Gideon know what an Elder Colossus is?
Yeah, I was about to say, can we roll some history or arcana or whatever?
I mean, Donald has an idea, but I'm trying to see if Gideon does.
You can roll. You can roll either Arcana or probably Arcana.
I'm just saying, no matter what you tell me, it's probably going to be a 1 if it's an intelligence. So.
Seven. Okay. You know a little bit about them. They're just construct creatures. Look vaguely human.
By
Most
the
of
name,
them-
I would suggest they're probably big.
yes, quite. Basically, how you determine their height in the little page that I have is their base height is 20 feet with a height modifier of 1d20. So they can be anywhere from 20 to 40 feet large. And then their weight is 250 pounds times 2 times d20 squared.
Oh,
So roughly
If
a couple tons.
if you roll hit a 1 on that D20, I can keep them in a force cage that's barred. Getting that nat 1 on that, like, hey,
The Elder Colossus, the mini Elder Colossus.
trapped in my cage.
You ever feel like something's just standing over you?
No, can't really.
Look at those ears.
Can't really.
so cute.
What you doing?
Just chilling.
He's
Like a
trying to
villain.
avoid looking at Nicolas Cage, but he's still thinking about him.
Oh,
You
you
said,
said
as soon as,
it.
yeah, as soon as he said it, he said,
He's like, don't look, don't look. He's not looking at me. I know he's looking at me, isn't he?
you said he's not real, but he's
Quite, he's actually quite frustrated because I'm in the garage and the door's closed and everybody else is in the main house, and he's mad at me.
He's like, at least play with me or something.
Do we have any other questions we would like to ask? If you guys don't have questions and you do want to talk about this a little later on, once we're done with this scene, we'll probably be ending for the night. So just if you'd like more time, if you'd like more time to think about what questions you'd like to ask him, you guys can do that on your downtime if you so desire. All I would ask is that on this session, you guys decide on which path you would like to take.
Okay. Yeah, Lou's gonna be like, okay, we're definitely gonna ask some more questions, but maybe a little bit later. And she's gonna turn to everyone else, be like, okay, so I don't think we
mean-
want to go through room 7 because I'm pretty sure that's the one we just went through. And
well,
I don't-
I say we just take his recommendation. Bro seems pretty legit.
Mhm.
I mean, we did say I did say we would do Erdhasks Ghost take care of that. So I'd like to honor that because he's okay.
Kadir says let Nero speak now.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Taking out, not taking out. Laying to rest. Erdhask. Sounds
And
like
then
a
that'll
good
give us,
plan.
we'll have 5 more questions in total.
I don't think. Oh wait, I might have questions,
Yeah,
or I might
just,
not.
As approved by the board, of course.
just in case something happens, like it usually does. Should we go ahead and ask right now about an escape plan out of the Underdark? So that way you guys aren't trapped down here. Just to get that out of the way, since we know we're gonna ask about that already.
I mean, it seems like Gideon can just dig a hole to the.
Now, I gotta throw that out there. My Earth limit, that's very small.
I don't
can
want
make-
you
I can
all
make it-
to I don't want you to waste a question. The only ways out of the Underdark are known to a few inhabitants of the Underdark. There are paths from Blingdenstone, but you will most certainly need a guide. And so I don't want to tell you how to get to the overworld because more than likely then you'd just get lost and then that's how people die. And
I mean, it'd be really convenient if maybe you could be our guide since you could go everywhere.
unfortunately, it doesn't work like that.
He has a job, he's the crypt
I am
keeper or
the burrow
something.
warden after all.
That's what I said. Yep.
That's what I
I mean, it would also be convenient if maybe you knew of another ghost or being, any kind of being who could provide
guidance.
said service.
I can 100% tell you that the Diggermatox know how to get to the surface.
That is unsurprising information, but useful. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, of course they would. They're like royalty.
That does
No,
make sense.
not royalty.
But they're in
Interim,
charge.
interim in charge, I guess you could say. They don't want to put themselves in the actual name of, leadership until Blingdenstone itself has been fully restored to its original glory.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
right.
So we're agreed. We take the recommended routes through
Through Rockblight,
Rockblight.
The other option would be the Gold Whisker Warrens, which has the were rats. The Rockblight might have some oozes.
Do we
but,
want? Do
you know-
we want to go talk to the Diggermatox before we head out? Like, we should probably take a rest, but like, do we want to go to the Diggermatox, get our payment for the information we've received, and also probably tell them about the whole Faceless Lord and the oozes coming or whatever, But also see if maybe like it occurs to me we might be able to get a couple more, like an army or something, if we say, hey, we have information that inside your city of Blingdenstone, there are drow currently. Because they really seem to not like the drow, and telling them that there's drow here, they might be more willing to
Maybe.
help.
That's possible. I don't know if we get an army, but
Well, guards,
you know, the drow
scouts.
thing, that I think they would be really interested to know that, actually. That's a good point.
So you think maybe we should go talk to them first? Is that
I think so.
And then, like, while we're there, it would be a crime to not go to the spa again. So,
I think we
if
should
we're
be
gonna
up
rest,
for,
you know.
yeah. And I mean, it's not like Titan's going anywhere. He can, another day is not going to kill him, probably.
I mean, you can just always check
Yeah.
on him. I mean,
I check
just
on
while
him
we're at
fairly.
the spot, you know what? While we're at the spot, we'll just check on him. You know?
I haven't
yeah.
actually had an opportunity.
Do you
to
guys
go to the
even
spa
care
yet.
about this guy?
Yeah,
We
he's
no,
right there.
we do, yeah. We
You
just
can see he's obviously fine. He's just been really
Titan-
thinking about reading that book for like a
Titan
long
would
time.
want us to go to the spot. You don't know Titan very well, or at all.
No.
But he would want this for us.
The guy who hates water? Yeah, sure. No, I'm just
You
kidding.
don't
Hates-
know
he
that.
hates the-
How do you-
that was Donald. And
Oh.
then I'm wrong anyway. He hates specifically the ocean anyway.
Yeah.
So like,
Yes, that's
This isn't salt water. He hates salt water because it's so salty you can't drink it.
yeah. What's the point of water you can't drink?
All right.
just a flashback.
We will go ahead and end our session here for tonight.